Indiana did pass something known as the Religious Freedom Restoration Act that would essentially allow certain individuals, business owners to be exact, to discriminate against people based on things that they don't like. And they can say that it's because of their religion. So if they don't like certain gay people, well, they don't have to serve them under this type of law. For those of you who don't remember this whole drama that occurred a few months ago, the Religious Freedom Restoration Act says the government cannot substantially burden a person's ability to follow their religious beliefs unless it can prove a compelling interest in imposing that burden, and it does so in the least restrictive way. So basically, if you are religious in the state of Indiana, you have free reign to do pretty much what you want, right? Well, there is a man who's trying to challenge that notion. His name is Bill Levin, and he is the founder of the First Church of Cannabis. And what he's planning on doing on July 1st, when this law comes into effect, is basically have his members of the church come together and smoke recreational marijuana in the name of religion. Now, the update to this story is that he actually just recently got tax-exempt status from the IRS. So his church is moving forward. It's going to operate as if it's a real religion and a real church. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah. I mean, I guess he takes away the notion that potheads are lazy and stupid.
Right.
Because this is a pretty genius idea to challenge this. I mean, good for him of trying this. I mean, I know a lot of people who are religious are going to feel like this is mocking religion. But come on, I have my own issues with religion all around, period. Just being a gay man and how the doctrine damns me.
Yeah.
So go for it. Glad.
I think that it's important for people to call Indiana's bluff on this particular issue, because let's be absolutely clear about something. This type of law isn't, I mean, my suspicion is that this type of law isn't going to be used to defend the rights of all religions. Right? So if a Muslim person does something that society thinks is shady, do you think that they're going to be able to say, oh, well, I'm Muslim, right? This is my religion, so you're not supposed to, burden me with any of your laws. No, they're not going to have that same right, or they're not going to have the same treatment. That's at least my suspicion. I haven't seen any cases yet, but I wouldn't be surprised.
One could argue, and one would be making a very reasonable argument, that the separation of church and state, which the Founding Fathers, contrary to what Fox would have you believe, put in there for a very specific reason, that the taxation arm of the United States government, of the federal government, the Internal Revenue Service, has no business giving tax-exempt status to churches.
Yep, I agree with you on that.
Like, you don't get tax-exempt status. You're a church, you're a church. Go forward. And then there really wouldn't be this issue. And then Indiana could correctly say, in a sense, you're not really a church, right? But now, oddly enough, we're in favor of this guy because he's pointing out the potential hypocrisy in the law. But now I suspect that Indiana can't do anything about it because he's got the tax-exempt status. But why is the IRS involved in any way in this? Because it's not a real church. We all know it's not a real church. But no one should be making the decision of whether it's a real church or not. No one, the people who choose to go to the church really are the only people who should be deciding whether it's a real church.
Well, to be fair to him, maybe it is a real church, okay? So this whole ceremony that he's going to do on July 1st sounds pretty churchy to me, except for the marijuana part. He says that the service will open with Amazing Grace, sounds like a church, being played on a harmonica by a popular young musician, and will move to a quick sermon followed by a call to worship, which is a time for members to smoke.
Yeah, so Amazing Grace takes like 3 minutes, and then a quick sermon, that's like a minute. So they're going to get there for 4 minutes, and then they're going to smoke. Like, that's what's going to happen.
That sounds like the kind of church I'd be into.